for this open wheel showdown as we get ready for heat race number 2 to roll out onto the racetrack next. So again, Kyle Jacks, Ed Vecchiarelli going to start on your front row. Then it'll be Ian Elliott, Lynn Hardy, Brian Reed, Chris Cook, Kylie Cohn, Zach Webster, Eddie Secord, Rosalie Weller, Mike Clark, and Charlie Wilson rounding out your starting field for heat race number 2. And again, we saw that the top 8 positions were set. Now it's going to be the top 5 transferring into the A main.
So now we've got a bubble. We'll have that 5th and final spot to transfer to the A main event, and the battle will be for that bubble spot.
Very experienced racer out of the state of Colorado, the 27 of Ian Elliott, up from California, from right across from California here in the northern part of the state, and is a frequent racer. Also got a win at Stockton 99 Speedway earlier on in the year. Also runs super late models in that portion of the country. Lynn Hardy in the 4, going to start in 4th, matching the car number, the 14X of Brian Reed, another Vegas Bull Ring regular, again starting in that final transfer spot.
Row 2, Ian Elliott, Lynn Hardy. Row 3, Brian Reed, Chris Cook. Row 4, Kylie.
It'll be Kylie Cohn in the 57, and caution lights out. You can see Vecchiarelli trying to creep ahead. Jacks gasses it up, and contact on the start. Vecchiarelli spun up the tires, got into Cook. Green flag's going to fly, but the caution lights come on immediately after that as Vecchiarelli kind of got a good roll on going into 3, was a car length ahead of Jacks. Jacks tried to step in the power to time that restart. Vecchiarelli got on it as well, got completely sideways, spun around the 18, and collected the 27 of Ian Elliott, who now has a flat right rear tire. Elliott, who is going to start in the 3rd position. Now some damage to the rub rails on the right side as well. They're going to have to try and change that tire, get that race car back out onto the racetrack. But for Ian Elliott, who is easily going to transfer into the main event in 3rd, might have had a 2-position cushion going into this 10-lap heat race. Now, if he can get the tire change back out on the racetrack, is going to have to try and charge his way from the tail end of the field.
That is going to make things a little bit more exciting here in heat race number 2.
So you can see the pace car is pulled into the pit area as the field makes its way around the bull ring.
An opportunity to hot lap, put some heat in the tires. It's got to be kind of challenging for him to come out on cold rubber on a cold racetrack and try to put the power down and hook up on these smaller radial tires.
That is exactly why they have elected to give these guys a few laps to try and bring up the tire temperatures in these modifieds. So again, not under green flag conditions, but a few laps to try and get some heat in, as we saw the cold tires coming into effect as well, with Kyle Jacks and Ed Vecchiarelli both kind of blowing the tires off on that first attempt at going green over the restart zone, and ending up with Vecchiarelli spinning around the 18 car. Bring up the early race yellow still with 10 laps left, as they will get a few more laps to try and shake things down and build some heat in those tires too, as everybody's still looking towards the track entrance. We see Kyle Jacks backing out of his pit stall and getting ready to line up and hopefully head back out onto the racetrack. It's like Ian Elliott coming back out onto the racetrack. Yes, he is. So Ian Elliott will roll up to the track re-entry point and come back out onto the speedway after the tire change, and has made it back out and will make the start of this heat race. Brian Reed, Chris Cook trying to work his way inside of a transfer spot. Kylie Cohn in the 57K alongside of Zach Webster in the 29W. Lights are out off of turn number 4. Heat number 2 is green.
Kyle Jacks going to smash the loud pedal. Puts the 41 out in front by 5 car lengths. Vecchiarelli in the number 18.
Ian Elliott struggling to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like whatever tire they might have had to throw in the back of the number 27 car has affected the handling. Maybe that's a mistake. The 4 car of Lynn Hardy trying to get to the inside of the 27 of Elliott for the final transfer spot as they drag race down the front straight. And Hardy, who started in the 4th position, slipping back, now manages to get up into 5th. Kylie Cohn has found herself from outside looking into inside of a transfer spot in 4th, but up front Kyle Jacks continues to lead away and is pulling away. From 18 of Ed Vecchiarelli is Brian Reed trying to close in the 14X.
The door of Lynn Hardy in that 5th and final transfer position. Looks at rearview mirror. The cars are racing side by side, which is exactly what she wants to see. 27 Ian Elliott alongside the 2 of Chris Cook, battling off of turn number 2. That is for 6th on the speedway, and they are losing lots of ground to that 5th place Lynn Hardy.
Halfway point's been reached, 5 down, 5 to go for Kyle Jacks, who already has a straightaway advantage back to 2nd place. Ed Vecchiarelli is the 14X of Brian Reed all over the back bumper of the 18. Kylie Cohn trying to close into that battle. Hardy with a gap back to the 2 of Chris Cook, who's gotten around the 27 of Ian Elliott for the 6th position. Cook now trying to track down the 4 of Hardy with only 3 laps left to run as Kyle Jacks comes by the start-finish line of 4-1.
7 laps complete in this 10-lap heat race number 2. It's the Kyle Jacks show in turn number 3, opening up some more real estate between himself and the 18 of Vecchiarelli. Brian Reed closing in on the 3rd spot, keeping the 57 of Kylie Cohn back about 2 car lengths off his rear deck.
Down the back straight, into 3 off of 4. White flag is in the air. One more time around for Kyle Jacks to try and lock himself inside of tomorrow night's main event. Ed Vecchiarelli trying to hang on to 2nd, still getting pressured by the 14X of Reed. But off at turn number 4, the checkered flag flies. Kyle Jacks is going to be your heat race winner for Heat 2.
Coming back to the stripe in 2nd, Ed Vecchiarelli. Brian Reed crosses in 3rd, just in front of Kylie Cohn. Lynn Hardy rounding out the top 5.
Chris Cook coming up just 1 spot shy of a transfer spot in the 2-car in 6th. Ian Elliott 7th. Eddie Secord in the 84 and 8th. Zach Webster, the 29W in 9th. Rosalie Weller, the 56 and 10th. Mike Clark and Charlie Wilson, who did not start the heat race. He had problems and missed out on qualifying as well. And to round out the 12 drivers that were originally supposed to start this heat race,